The penalty for killing an elephant in Sri Lanka is death. These are bionic pants that you can use to sit down anywhere without a chair.
I added a fact among these facts which is actually a myth. Let's see if you can find out. And I will tell you the answer at the end of the video.
There is Hug Me Coca-Cola machine in Singapore which gives you a free can of Coke each time you hug it. A soldier once asked Eminem for his autograph. Eminem replied, "Sure, if I can have yours." The pizzeria in Guatemala cooks their pizzas on lava from the active Pacaya volcano. The Japanese company invented a robot that sits on your back and feeds you tomatoes while you run. China is reportedly the first consumer of snake wine, which is an alcoholic beverage produced by infusing whole snake in grain alcohol. It was considered the best photo of 3 this century. A lioness and her cub were crossing the savannah, but the heat was excessive and the puppy was in great difficulty walking. An elephant realized that his cub would die and carried him in his trunk to a pool of water, walking beside his mother. And we call them wild animals. This railing on gazebo in Naples has Braille describing the view for blind people. In Cambodia, rats are being trained to sniff out landmines. They can clear 200 square meters in less than 35 minutes, which usually takes 2 to 3 days with a demoner. Michael Jackson is the most awarded artist of all time. He won more awards than any other musician alive or deceased. He's received 39 Guinness World Records, 6 Billboard Awards, 13 Grammys, 16 World Music Awards, 26 American Music Awards. There's a highway in space called the Interplanetary Superhighway. It is used to send spacecraft around the solar system with least resistance using gravity. Height of astronauts can increase up to 2 inches, 5 centimeters in space. Because bone joints expands in absence of gravity. You're looking at the first man-made biological leaf. It can absorb water and carbon dioxide to produce oxygen just like plants. The water of Lake Baikal is one of the most transparent of all freshwater lakes in the world. In some areas of the lake you can see the bottom of it at a depth of 30 to 40 meters, 100 to 130 feet. The Hogwarts Express from the Harry Potter movie is a real train in Scotland. In a bizarre case, a Spanish civil servant went unnoticed for 6 years after he stopped showing up to work and was only discovered when someone tried to give him an award for his long service. Scorpion mother carrying her scorpion babies on her back. 1 million years ago, the most technologically advanced things on the planet were fire and hand axe. Iguanas have 3 eyes. The third eye is on top of its head and only perceives brightness. Smart people tend to have fewer mates than the average person. The smarter the individual, the more selective they become. The first photo ever taken took 8 hours to capture. The view from an upstairs window. The creator of Adidas and Puma both were brothers. From a small village of Germany. This is how baby elephants drink water. They don't learn how to use their trunks properly until they are 9 to 12 months old. Scientists have discovered a wearable third eye that allows us to walk while looking at the phone. Stephen Hawking was born on the same day Galileo died and died the same day Einstein was born. One of the greatest minds of humanity, Albert Einstein, believed that ghosts are real. He said all the energy of the universe is constant, and since this energy cannot be destroyed, this can transformed into new energy or creation of ghost. Indonesian man becomes instant millionaire after meteorite worth $1.4 million crashes through roof. You know lighting does not strikes twice at the same place. BTSV wins the title of Most Handsome Man in 2020, beating Zayn Malik, Robert Pattinson and Hrithik Roshan. In Japan, there are special umbrella stands on the street for when it starts raining. After the rain stops, you shall put the umbrella back at the nearest stand. The world's tallest tree is wrapped in aluminium to protect it from wildfires. In 1997, Eminem had tried to killing himself after he was fired from his job and couldn't afford to buy a gift for his daughter. The sketch that Jack drew of Rose wearing the famous necklace in the Titanic movie was really drawn by director James Cameron. This is what happens to hemp bottle after 80 days. Cannabis plastics are non-toxic and biodegradable. Students of Munich Technical University use these giant slides between floors to go to classes faster. The creator of the smiley face got paid only $70 and never received any royalties after that. Real diamonds do not show up on X-ray. Extinct fossil fish thought to have lived 420 million years ago found alive in Madagascar.
So, are you ready for the answer? Here it is.
Lightning can and does strike the same place twice, especially if it's a tall and isolated object. The Empire State Building gets struck 25 times a year on average. And speaking of lightning striking once and coming back for more, one unlucky fellow by the name of Roy Sullivan was struck by lightning a shocking 7 times. That's the most lightning strikes any one person's ever survived.